match in the 1987 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic sees the clash of the two Brisbane boys, Alan Call Me Shifty Atkins against Tony Rodrick. Your commentators are Jeanette Baker-Flynn and Steve Mackey.
Well, Alan Atkins has been asked to start the match up against the hot Tony Rodrick. Very good opening for Alan Atkins. Carried the 7-pin, the last to go. That'll be a confidence booster for him.
Yes, Tony will be looking to start out equally as confident. Alan is a very tough opponent, especially being another left-hander.
Tony Rodrick going for his 4th consecutive win in the tournament, a contract cleaner from Chatswood Hills in Brisbane, has a perfect score of 300, winner of the 1986 South Coast Open, the 86 Western Open, and a winner of the 1987 Sun City Open in Queensland.
We tried to guide that shot in then rather than just let it out free and easy on the lane. And of course only got the 9 pins. Good result to get 9 out of that one.
Tony pulling himself off balance a little bit at the foul line. Consequently, the ball moves a little bit further on the end.
Well, he's having a good time out there. He went for a little bit of a walk after it. That gets your composure back, gets the confidence back. And the mental game going once again. A spare for him in the first frame. Much straighter, as we've seen so many times in the last 3 matches that he's bowled and won on those spare shots, particularly the corner pins. He straightens the ball out. Well, we're back with him now in the 2nd frame. Trip to America earlier this year obviously has done him a whole lot of good.
Great shot by Tony Rodrick, riding the ball, knowing full well as soon as it left his hands that it was going to be the result that he was looking for.
Yes, beautiful shot there by our low-angle camera. And have a look at the 7-pin, the last to go. Gets kicked out by the 4.
And a little clap. Alan Atkins, a van driver from Belmont Heights, high score 290. Nicknamed Shifty because he loves the punt. And he loves the strike to go with the punt.
Well, you're talking about front runners and people who come from behind. And obviously Alan likes to be a front runner. That's a double. What a good way to open up against a man who's won 3 on the trot. Can he make it a turkey for himself?
Very high shot that time, tried to guide it in perhaps a little bit too much, but broke up the split and was able to leave just the 2 pins in the left-hand corner.
Yes, plenty of work on the ball to enable him to get rid of that 10 pin, which looked like staying for a moment. And as we've seen in some of the women's matches, he's using all of the approach, move way across to the right. And changed balls. Yes, I understand the ball he bowled with just then was one that he found in the Brisbane River.
Well, if he doesn't win the match, that's where it might end up. Back from where it came.
Buried in mud.
There must be a bit of a story behind that, but we're back with Tony Rodrick now looking for a double to close the gap. 8 pins behind at the moment.
Down it went. It had a little bit of a think about it, but Janetta went down. And you're watching the 1987 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. And at the end of the 3rd frame, Tony Rodrick leads Alan Atkins by 2. Tony Rodrick, going for his 4th win in a row in the tournament, leads by 2.
That's providing he gets a strike here, of course. Alan Atkins 48 in the 2nd frame. Tony would be 50.
Gave that some room, made sure he put a lot of work on it, but unfortunately the ball, a bit too much speed, just clicking the side of the head pin and leaving the bucket of 4 pins on the right-hand side.
Much faster on the approach.
Oh, could be a costly miss there, Tony Rodrick, chopping those 4 pins,
yes,
realising he made a mistake.
And that's the second time he's done that, and he knows it too. Not happy with himself there. Well, Alan Atkins now, in the match play style of game, needs to keep his mind on the job. He's just got to play his own game, and he can win it all.
Alan Atkins going after Tony Rodrick, and this being played at the Kedron Bowl, one of the Goldpin centres.
Yes, there's 15 or 16 centres in the southeast Queensland area in the Goldpin group. They formed together a few years ago to promote the sport, and what a marvellous job they've done. This being the third time we've had our program being viewed through the cricket lunch breaks around the country. Back with Alan Atkins looking for a double.
Very nasty shot. Bit too much muscle in that shot. Tried to place the ball, and consequently, when the muscles don't flow, the result is through the nose and a nasty split.
Yes, that's for sure. Much tenser there where he let it go. Saw his hand come out of it badly, and he turned his back on it. Still be the leader nonetheless, despite that open frame. And is probably a couple of pins ahead as Tony Rodrick comes up for the top of the 5th frame.
Well, he gets a chance to get back into the match now here, Rodrick, doesn't he?
Yes, the door's wide open for him. He realises he made an error. Now it's time to capitalise on Alan making an open frame.
Yes, when the man opens the door, you've got to walk through it. Let's see if he can do it now.
Once again, he gave it plenty of room, plenty of turn on the ball, but unfortunately deflection again because of speed. The ball hits the head pin, deflects, doesn't penetrate the 5 pin.
Well, he's gone to for the doctor here. He's gone to a different ball. This is a much harder variety. He's left a pin in the middle of the lane, the 5-10. He'll be moving over a few boards on the approach, 2 or 3 boards, about 2 or 3 inches towards the right, and trying to hit the left side of this middle pin. Let's see how he goes. He had the right idea, but didn't quite make it, and he's 13 pins behind halfway through the game, looking for his 4th successive win. And there's advantages and disadvantages, I suppose, Jeanette, in winning a number of matches. It's nice to have a bit of a run going, but also it does build up the pressure on yourself by moving up that rung. He was in the tournament as the 11th seed. He's up now at least to the 8th spot. I wonder if he's starting to feel the pressure there.
Well, it's starting to look like he is, Steve. He's very, very tight now. He's started off the game nice and free, swinging the ball through. Now it seems to be the harder you try, the more you grip the ball like a vice, and it's hard to relax and just swing it and let it roll.
Yes, well, we've seen twice now where he's gone up too quickly and gone light, and that time he's overcompensated, too slow, and he's gone high. He's in a nasty situation here, and he's at least 25 pins behind after that open frame. His 3rd in a row, 91 in the 6th frame. Alan Atkins is 96 in the 5th. Top of the 6th for Alan Atkins.
Oh, good pocket shot, but unfortunately Alan leaving the 7 pin in the left-hand corner.
And a good result for Alan Atkins there, because it's very easy to become complacent when your man's in trouble. And he's just playing his own game. Good match play style. He's an excellent bowler in match play situations as Alan Atkins, and he's won a number of Queensland tournaments in the last 2 years to prove just that. There's that old ball from the Brisbane River again. Another winner for him, Alan.
Just keep using it.
Yes, I don't think we'll see him using that on the first ball, although he is waiting for it to come back. I wonder which one he's going to bowl with. He's got a blue one there. No, he's gone to the blue one. I guess he's just leaving that black one for spares. What a good ball this one is. Gee, he rode that one too. He loved it. Let's have a look at this. Good follow through, very good follow through. He kept his hand there and rode it all the way back to the seats.
Well, it's desperation stakes now for Tony Rodrick, isn't it?
Be do or die stage. You know that with Alan you can't give him too much room, so he'll be looking to start stringing them from here on in, I'd say. Looks like he's changed his line, and he seems to be a little bit further to the right with his feet and giving the ball a bit much room to the left-hand side, Steve.
Yes, he's in all sorts of bother all of a sudden. He was way out of timing that time, and speed control so important at this level of play. Once your physical game goes, the mental one is very quick to follow. Lost a bit of confidence as Rodrick. That'll give him a bit of heart to go on into the 8th frame.
And you're watching the 1987 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. And at the end of the 7th frame, it's Alan Atkins leading Tony Rodrick by 25. The man in the middle of your screen, Tony Rodrick, with plenty of work to do. He's down by 25 pins.
One on the wrong side, but the score's on the board, and Tony will be glad that he's got that one out of his system.
Yes, well, he's got room for a 2:01 game. Alan Atkins at the moment shooting at a 196 pace, so Tony Rodrick has no way out of this match just yet, but he's certainly lost a little bit of form. We've seen him win his first 3 games with.
Oh, very light shot. Very fortunate to get out of that with 9.
Yes, and he was very pleased with that result. That could have been anything. Let's have a look at it again in replay. I think we see 4 or 5 pins. Yes, there was 5 pins standing there at one stage, but the pin action that he generated with that pin coming off the side ball, giving him 9. Still 25 pins the difference, but Tony Rodrick's got a strike working, and at the moment he's sitting in the chair working on his concentration, trying to think where he's going wrong, and hoping that next time he gets up for his 2 frames in this match play style that there are a couple of winners. Alan Atkins will be trying to stay clean.
Tony Rodrick with plenty to think about. Alan Atkins.
Oh, lovely wall shot there.
Yes, good work by Alan Atkins there. He's playing his own game still. And let's have a look at this pin action. Great stuff off the side wall.
Is that a lucky shot or is that a good bowl?
That's a good working ball.
Thank you.
Okay, now Tony Rodrick. Has he thought the right thoughts? Certainly looks like it. Yes, it's a winner for him.
Keeps it alive. He needed that in the 9th frame.
The easiest thing, of course, Steve, is in the matches such as this, is once you lose your confidence, is to try and remember that all you've got to do is stick to the basics and just bowl the basic ball instead of trying to do something that's fantastically technically different. You just got to do simple, basic things.
Well, that was a very simple, basic strike for Tony Rodrick, and boy, he'd love one right now. He's got a chance for 2:01, but he needs this first strike to have a go.
another one.
Closes the gap to 15 pins. 15 pins the difference, but he's the man with the double working. Alan Atkins now. Plenty to think about for him as he sees this strike again in replay.
And what a monster it is. The ball picking up the revolutions, destroying the 5-pin, and the pins disappear.
And Edie, good all. There won't be many lips left there. She's biting them away as Tony Rodrick, her man, goes up for what he hopes will be his 4th strike in a row.
Yes! He's done it.
Well, that put the pressure right on Alan Atkins now. Alan Atkins giving Tony a bit of a clap there. He knows the situation that Tony was in. Let's have a look at this strike again. The 4th strike in a row. And now he's in the box seat.
Once again, keeping to the basics, using a more direct line, getting the reaction on the ball. And
What a
giving him his
turnaround
4th
this has
strike.
been.
Well, that's what's the stuff the champions are made of. Let's see if Tony can finish it up with a 5-bagger.
Great finish, just the same to finish with 198. Tony Rodrick. And now the pressure back on Alan Atkins.
Yes, Alan Atkins needs a strike to win. A strike to win. That last ball really didn't matter too much. And Alan Atkins taking plenty of time. Wonder what's going through his mind, Jeanette.
Well, one would presume that all he'd be saying was just roll the ball through the target, let the ball do the work.
So the match depends on this ball, Steve.
Yes, he needs a strike to win.
What a red ball. A sensational finish. Alan Atkins skittling 10 very, very quickly. And you couldn't see it on screen, but Tony Rodrick didn't want to look. He was looking up at our commentary position. And he could just hear the noise.
Well, academic now. That was a tension reliever for Alan Atkins. He did the work in the first ball. He knew what he needed, and, gee, that was a good strike to win. But what a great comeback by Tony Rodrick to make him stay honest in the 10th.
How strong must Alan's mental game to be able to get up and execute a shot like that in the 10th frame when his game is mainly orientated around muscle control. Pure trust.
Finished off in tradesman-like style by Alan Atkins. And that was a great game of 10-pin bowling, with Alan Atkins defeating Tony Rodrick by 7 pins in the end, 205 to 198. Tony Rodrick comes to an end, but it was a cliffhanger just the same.
Yes, I threw a couple of wayward shots in the middle there and paid the price for it in the end.
Came home with a rush.
Yeah, I thought, well, I've got to give him the best shot. You know, you've always got a few shots left, and you go out there and you throw the best ball you can.
Right. You've had a good tournament?
I've had a very good time, thanks, Alan.
Right, and you're going to have a better time here because from Coca-Cola I've got a cheque here for $600.
Thanks very much, Alan. Thank
Well played, Tony Rodrick. Alan called me Shifty. Atkins, why do they call you Shifty?
My wife will find out about this. It's terrible. Goes back a long way.
They tell me you like a punt.
Oh, now and again, yes, I do have a punt.
Right, you must have had a punt on that last ball. You needed that strike.
Oh, I tell you what, I hope I don't have to make too many more like that. That was a really precious shot. Tony put it on me, and I answered, which was good.
Yeah, good mental stability.
I don't know about that. It was just a good shot in my book anyway.
Right, congratulations. We'll see you in the next match.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Okay, and we will see Alan in our next match, and that will be against Terry O'Meara when we come back with our Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic.
Tonight at 9:30, it's all happening.